Hi treasure seekers and little diggers. I hope you've had a really good week. I have, but Teddy hasn't. Teddy's been feeling a little bit unwell, haven't you, Teddy? Now, I wonder what we could do to help Teddy to feel a bit better. Maybe I could give him a cuddle. Maybe if he's feeling really poorly, maybe he should go to bed. And maybe if he's feeling really, really poorly, I need to phone the doctor. And then he could go and see the doctor, and the doctor might help him to feel better. The doctor might listen to his chest, and he might take his temperature. And he say, Teddy, take his temperature. And then he might say that he needs to have some medicine to feel a little bit better. Oh, Teddy, I do hope that you feel better soon. Now, do you remember the story that Naomi told you last week? It was a story about Jesus, and he went to a party. And at the party, he did something amazing. He turned water into wine. Wow, it was amazing, wasn't it? And we learned that those who love and trust Jesus will be going to the best party ever in heaven with Jesus forever. Well, Jesus, he carried on telling people about the best party ever in heaven and how they could trust and believe in him. He met a lady at a well and told her that inside she could have eternal life. Well, she went off and told lots of other people as well. And then he went back to Cana, where he turned the water into wine. And there was lots and lots of people there too. They wanted Jesus to do some amazing things like turning the water into wine. But instead, he did something else quite amazing. Now, our true story today is from the Bible, and you can find it in John chapter 4. So this is what happened when Jesus went back to Cana. So this is where Jesus had turned the water into wine. Now, one of the king's very important officers lived in a city called Capernaum. Now, Cana and Capernaum were a long, long way away. They were about 20 miles away from each other. But the very important man from Capernaum, he found out that Jesus was in Cana, and so he went to see Jesus. He went to him and he begged him. He said, please, 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 will you come and make my son better? Because my son, just like Teddy, wasn't feeling very well. In fact, the man's son was so ill, he was dying. So Jesus looked around at everybody that was with him and he said, you know what? All you people want is me to do signs and miracles before you'll believe in me. And the very important man, he said, sir, please come before my child dies. Jesus answered, go, your son will live. Now the man, he did something. He believed what Jesus had said and he went home. On the way, the man's servants came running to tell him. They said, "Your son is better. He's well." Wow! The man asked, "What time did my son get better? What time did he get well?" And the servants, they said, "It was at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. That's when he started to feel better." And the man knew that that was the same time that Jesus had said, "Go, your son will live." Wow, he believed what Jesus had said is true. And then all the people in the whole of that man's house believed in Jesus too. Now, you might like to retell the story at home, and on the special email that we've sent your parents, there's some puppets that you can cut out. So I'm going to show you my puppets. I've got the puppet of the very important man, and I've got the puppet of Jesus. And you might like to ask your parents or some other grown-ups, or maybe you've got an older brother or sister, to make you some signs. Cana and Capernaum, that's a very long word. And maybe if you've got some clocks in the house or some watches, you could use those, but make sure you ask your grown-ups first. So the other thing you're going to need is something that shows where Jesus was. So you can print this off as well. Okay, so I've just used a cereal box and I'm going to put that behind. Look, there we are. And then you could do puppets. So I've stuck mine on a little stick, or you could make them by sticking them on a loo roll holder, something like that. And then you can tell the story. Now, I have found some things that I already had in my house, but you might want to use some Lego, like a little Lego man or a Play-Doh man, to be the very important man's son. And there he is. Look, he's in his bed and he's not very well, but Jesus said, "Go, your son is better." And the man believed and he went back home, and the servants came, and at 1 o'clock, that's when his little boy got better. So just as Jesus said, the little boy got better. So the man believed what Jesus said is true. And we can believe what Jesus says is true too, because he's the Messiah. He's God's son.